So today is another 2-a-day gym session, heading into the gym right now for some barbell bench press, and then I'll come back later tonight with Britt for a push workout, higher volume. And I've been really liking splitting up the days, and it's not that I do this every day, but probably twice a week. So if I'm squatting and deadlifting one day or doing the barbell bench, I'll come earlier in the day, get that out of the way, and then I'll come back later on at night to do some more higher volume work. And the reason I'm really doing this is, one, it gets me out of the house and gives me a little break from sitting in the office all day. I like to get moving, and I just love being in the gym. And secondly, it allows me to take my time. So after dealing with an injury, the last thing you ever want to do is have it happen again. And I've had it happen twice, and both times were just freak incidents. It wasn't actually in the gym, it was outside of the gym, which is kind of the scary part. So I make sure that I get my warm-ups done right, and by the time Brittany gets out of work, the last thing she wants to do is worry about my mobility warm-ups and all that kind of stuff. She wants to get to the gym, warm up for a few minutes, train her ass off, go home, eat, go to bed, and kind of repeat that cycle. So one of my things that I've been doing is I'll set aside about 20 to 30 minutes before training. And this has been going for a lot of different exercises. I mentioned it in my squat and deadlift video, but also for the bench press today. I spent a little bit of time on YouTube while I was doing some mobility stuff at home, watching videos on techniques, tips, and cues, really trying to improve on my lifts. And you know, there are people who go in there and they don't need, you know, it might be overthinking it to some people. Like, stop thinking about it so much, just go in there. Or people might say, quit being a little bitch and just go in there and lift the weight. Stop worrying so much about technique. But again, you know, after you've been injured, it's something that you kind of worry about a little bit, or at least you want to make sure that you're taking precaution by doing proper warm-ups and doing the lift right. So that's something that I've been putting a lot of time into personally. And, you know, again, there are people out there, I mean, look at, you know, Christian Guzman's a great bench presser. Max is a great squatter and deadlifter and bench presser. You have all these people who are so damn strong, and they never really talk about, you know, spending time watching videos on technique and form. They go in there and they move some heavy weight, but you know, not everyone's capable of doing that. So, you know, props to all of them. They are strong as hell, and I hope that someday I'm lifting the weight that these guys are lifting. But you know, for now, I'm just doing my best. I'm really trying to focus on the little things, the technique cues, and my form. So minimize injury, maximize gains. All right, gym session part 1 is finished. Snacking on some almonds, doing some work, and then gotta eat some real food and head back to the gym for part 2 once Brittany gets out of work. But I made a video for my clients talking about almonds. I wanted to share with you guys as well. So my clients are part of this group. So when you sign up for my coaching, you become part of Team Fusaro Fitness, and it's where we share recipes, we share videos of us training, our progress. Just a really cool group to be a part of, very positive environment. But I made this video for them talking about MyFitnessPal. So I figured I would just share that with you guys real quick. And it has to do with how inaccurate MyFitnessPal can actually be. I don't know if a lot of you guys know this, but most of the stuff on MyFitnessPal is user submitted, meaning that I could just create a food, come up with some random macros for it, submit it to that database, and then you might search for a food, find it, and add it. So we'll take, for instance, almonds. Someone went ahead and added almonds, and everything looks okay at first. You see it says whole foods right there at the top, calories 160, fat 14 grams, that sounds right. You come down here and you're looking at 9.5 carbs, 12.2 fiber, and 21.2 protein. And you, me, and Jeff Seed all know that almonds do not have 12 grams of fiber and 21 grams of protein. More like 6 or 7 grams of protein per serving. So just be sure to double check things, because a lot of us don't think about it. We go, we want some almonds, we type that in, enter our serving, add to diary, boom, forget about it. But you might have entered something that was completely wrong. So always double check, even if the item has a barcode on it and you scan it. I've seen it happen before to where I scanned the item and what showed up on MyFitnessPal was completely different than the nutrition label on the package. So double check, triple check, make sure you're accurate with that, because weeks and months of consistently tracking wrong can lead to macros being way off. And if you track something right one week and wrong the next week, it could throw everything off. So make sure you're double checking, and to everyone who is entering stuff into this database wrong, stop doing that shit, because you're messing up our macros. But I need to go eat some food. Pre-workout meal are some mini tacos. I accidentally ate the other two. Well, I didn't accidentally eat them, I just forgot to show you guys, but this is the last one. It's just some ground chicken and ground turkey mixed up in there. a little bit of lettuce, some salsa, and fat-free sour cream. And then I have a green apple right there cut up. So apple, a couple tacos pre-workout, and then we're good to go. All right, welcome back to the gym, part 2, push day with Brittany, and I wanted to take this opportunity to talk a little bit about effort, because we live in a world where we're constantly comparing ourselves to other people, especially with social media. We get so wrapped up in what everyone else is doing, and we forget to put in the effort ourselves, and we have to realize that there are people out there who are better than you, and you have to face it. Whether it's their genetics, their upbringing, their qualifications, their education, none of that matters, because there will always, and I mean always, be someone who is more talented than you. But what about effort? That's 100% on you. And it doesn't matter what your past was, because the past is the past and that's gone, so now is what matters. You know, in life, you have to be willing to do what others won't do if you want to get somewhere that's worth being, and that means sacrifice. So in some way, shape, or form, you have to give some to get some. So if you want results, then you have to work for it, because if it's worth having, it will not just be handed to you. And if it is, it's probably not worth it. So you'll always be faced with choices in life. The choice to push through, the choice to quit, make a change, be happy, be negative. All of that is in your hands and in your control. And listen, I'm not a motivational speaker, but I do know a lot of people watching my videos come for a few different reasons. Some come for the training footage, some for the vlogs, the recipes, but I believe a lot of the reason people come to the channel and stay is for positivity. I made a Facebook post on my page yesterday and I want to share it with you. I wrote, "Promote what you love instead of bashing what you hate." It never made sense to me why people waste so much time being miserable and negative when the fact that you wake up every morning and breathe is a blessing. Now, I get a lot of hate for that sometimes because people are sick of the motivational speeches and the motivational comments, and if you don't like that, you don't have to follow me. I'm here to try and help other people out and create a community that people actually want to be a part of, and I can't stand seeing people who are okay with being average. And it's impossible for me to target this message towards one person, but that doesn't really matter. Whoever you are watching this, regardless of your position in life, your past history, or your current situation right now, it's your responsibility to put in the effort. You have to accept the fact that nothing worth having comes easy, and you should love that. It gives you the ability to challenge yourself and see what you're capable of mentally, physically, and emotionally. Effort has nothing to do with anyone else but yourself. So whether you're winning, losing, failing, or succeeding, that will all come and go. But if you keep putting in the effort, you will always be one step ahead. So I actually want to end this off with one of my favorite quotes by Steve Jobs, and he says, "Your time is limited, so don't waste it living someone else's life. Don't be trapped by dogma, which is living with the result of other people's thinking. Don't let the noise of others' opinions drown out your inner voice. And most important, have the courage to follow your heart and intuition. They somehow already know what you truly want to become." I love that message. I think it really resonates with me, and I'm sure it pretty much hits home with everyone that reads it. So the main message that I want to give you guys is live a life that is worth living and don't just exist. You are limitless.